Meanwhile, the ANC Youth League's National Task Team has warned against non-members looking to interfere in the election of its leaders. This as the Youth League's elective conference, in Limpopo collapsed on Saturday night due to non-tallying of credentials. The conference was delayed by nearly 40 hours, with delegates claiming names are being imposed on them by party elders. Newzroom Afrika's Bilani Pahadi was in conversation with Task Team member Colin Malachi.
On Saturday, the ANC Youth League in Limpopo failed to hold its conference. After 40 hours of waiting, the delegates were in the area for all those hours, and they were waiting for their leadership to usher them, that is the Provincial Preparatory Committee, to usher them into the conference here at the Oasis Lodge in Mokopane so that the conference could go ahead. But we were then later told, 40 hours later, that the credentials, of course, were an issue, and then they don't want to have the conference run a risk of being nullified at the courts of law should they force it to continue. Perhaps let's bring in the NYTT, that is the National Task Team of the ANC Youth League. You've been here to try and ensure that you oversee the province getting its conference in order, just like in the Northern Cape, and it wasn't to be. Reaction?
Okay, one is that in the Northern Cape, we had an uncontested conference because all members agreed on the credentials presented. And I don't want to agree that the conference has failed. It's because Limpopo is a very big province, and we had to postpone the conference so that we clean everything to give credibility to the conference that must sit. And the leadership of the Youth League in the country is very united to making sure that structures of the country seat credible conferences. Obviously, you're going to get disputes in many corners of the country on different processes because of contestation. It's a normal thing. The ANC is called what we call internal democracy. It's a democratic organization. Now we're not in the contestation. But ultimately, the Youth League of Limpopo will sit this conference after this postponement, after the leadership led by the convener and the coordinator have cleared all the challenges that are faced of disputes. Then we'll have a successful conference. Limpopo is a province that has produced many leaders of this country. You know very well that a lot of leaders of the Youth League presidents, I think it's the only province that has produced most presidents than any other conference, any other organization or any other province is Limpopo. Now, it will get it right. We're given a responsibility to rebuild and renew structures of the ANC Youth League, and our responsibility is very huge. Is to unite an organization that has been collapsed over 13 years ago. You know, it's a big responsibility that we are faced with, and we need patience and time, and ultimately we'll deliver a strong organization that makes sure that no one interferes with the process of the Youth League. Young people are given an opportunity to elect their own leaders without interferences of anyone else who's not a member of the ANC Youth League.
Colin Malachi, thank you very much. There is a member, of course, of the national coordinating team to ensure that they bring about the conference. That's the national conference of the Youth League. That is, of course, very much awaited for, and the aim is to try and have it sit around June or so. But here, as far as the conference is concerned of the province, it has collapsed, it has been postponed, and I'm sure at due time we'll be able to get the new details of the time and, of course, of venue, whether it will be returning here to Mokopane or taken elsewhere. For Newzroom Afrika, Channel 405, I'm Bilani Pahadi in Mokopane, Limpopo.